So welcome to this Craig's View. This week I'm in Northern Ireland as guest of Friends of the Earth Northern Ireland and our wonderful team here in Belfast. As you can see, this is Lough Neagh. If you think of the BBC weather forecast as it flies around and you see the big lake in the middle of Northern Ireland, this is Lough Neagh, and it's the largest, one of the largest lakes in the whole of Western Europe, and an incredibly important wetland. So much so that it's designated as a special protection area under the Birds Directive. So it looks like a beautiful scene, doesn't it? Except if you look closely, you see that little dot on the horizon there? That's actually a dredger, a sand dredger, dredging up sand from the base of Lough Neagh. And yet there's no planning permission for this, there's no environmental impact assessment, because the authorities of Northern Ireland are paying scant disregard to any environmental legislation here in Northern Ireland. James, you have been campaigning, you and your team have been campaigning about what's happening at Lough Neagh over the last couple of years. It's a shocking story.
Yeah, it never ceases to amaze us that here we have a globally important resource. You know, this beautiful heartland of Northern Ireland, which in any other country would be a national treasure. You know, this is our Lake Geneva, this is Lake Windermere, this is Lough Corrib in Republic of Ireland, maybe Lough Lomond. This is a national treasure, it touches on 5 or 6 counties in Northern Ireland. So many beautiful rivers flow into this lake. Abundant wildlife was the nature of this site. It was the most...
We've just, a couple of minutes ago, saw an otter.
Swans beside us,
yeah.
but amazing numbers of animals use this site. You know, it was the most important overwintering site for birds in the whole of Britain and Ireland, number 1 on the list for donkey's years. Something's happened quite dramatically. We're not saying sand dredging is the cause to all these. This is a broken system, you know, and it's a system where the water quality is hyper-eutrophic, means very polluted. Fish populations in massive decline as well.
And yet this is a special protection area under the Birds Directive, the European Union Birds Directive. So why isn't it being properly protected?
Yeah, and let's be very clear what the Birds Directive says. It says that this site should be given the strictest protection. Not only that, but if you're to authorise any activity, you need to be absolutely sure, beyond any scientific doubt, that you're not going to cause significant harm. And here we have, you know, the dredging of the bed of this lake, 1.5 million tonnes per year. A lot of other problems in terms of septic tank discharges, agricultural discharges, sewage treatment discharges into this lake. You know, it's as if we're treating it, you know, as a sewer. Believe it or not, we don't have a management plan for this site. You know, an SPA, Special Protection Area, required under European law, a management structure. What's absent?
So it's bad enough as it is. You know, Friends of the Earth Northern Ireland is taking legal proceedings to try and ensure that the law is enforced here. What would it mean if the United Kingdom left the EU?
It would be an absolute disaster. Environmentally, the only opportunity we have in a country that for some reason in the last 20 years has lost the run of itself environmentally, the only opportunity we have to protect these magical special places, not just protect them, but to restore them to the diverse life and the abundance that they deserve for all of us and for future generations. The only chance is our recourse to environmental legislation, which comes, 90% of it at least, from the European community.
So we've now come to Woodburn, which is an area just north of Belfast, with the most extraordinary story of what's happening here. Here you see a local community protesting against a company called Infrastrada being allowed to explore for oil in this area here. Now this is a watershed for a drinking water reservoir, incredibly important. And the most astonishing thing yet again is we're seeing that this is being allowed to go ahead exploring for oil without any planning permission. What you see is plenty of police here today trying to stop people getting onto the site, but not stopping the company getting on the site that hasn't even got planning permission to explore for oil. This in part of the United Kingdom.
I'm a local resident from the Liberty Road. I lived here, I've reared my family here, and I'm very concerned about what's going on. I'm even more concerned that our local councillors and members of Parliament are not even here to discuss with us these issues. We have not been informed, and it's just horrendous to think of what could happen to the water supply, not only of Carrick, Newton Abbey and Belfast. I wonder if the people are really aware, and it's our business now to raise the profile and make everyone fully aware of what they're doing here for money.
No one can guarantee that there will not be spillages and water contamination which will affect the drinking water both above ground and below the ground.
Okay, so I'm back from my week in Northern Ireland now, and wasn't it fascinating and shocking really to see that there's a part of the UK where you have these activities, sand dredging and exploration for oil without even proper planning permission in place. Really shocking, and I'll ask you to reflect on two things here. One, what my colleague James Orr said, that if it wasn't for European legislation, we as Friends of the Earth would have no means at all to try and take on that damage to the local environment in Northern Ireland. We are relying really only on European legislation to try and protect the environment in Northern Ireland. And secondly, Friends of the Earth is one of the very few environmental organisations that has a presence and has staff in Northern Ireland. And the Earth in Northern Ireland needs all the friends it can get. So please support Friends of the Earth to support our work in Northern Ireland, that critical work, to try and make sure that we can have a baseline of environmental protection for this incredibly beautiful part of the UK. Okay, thank you. That's Craig's View this week, and please do subscribe, please do share this, tell your friends, and put comments in the box below to let me know what else you want to hear about. Thank you.